Okay, yes, this is a follow-up, Merce. Last we heard, Ari said that the whole thing was a bit.
Yeah.
Right? The follow-up is Bert replied to that.
Just a bit him and Bert came up with, but he was doing a bit when he said that, but even Tom believed it for a second. So Ari, he just can't help himself. Whenever there's an opportunity to troll Bert, he's going to take it. Like also when he did Two Bears a couple months ago, he made a joke about how Bert always makes everything about himself, and it sent Bert spiraling.
Yeah, we heard
That
that.
you don't have the capacity to do is not make it all about himself.
Hold on. F off. Hold on. There's a clip. No, hold on.
That's a
you.
There's got to be a clip out there of you not interrupting.
No.
Look that up.
I'm not interrupting. I'm having a fucking conversation.
Yeah, okay.
That's how
Here it is.
About himself, and Tom had to spend like a whole podcast basically being his therapist.
When people like
Sounds like
Ari,
you're coming to terms with it.
Ari said you always make it about yourself, and Tom, I couldn't understand what that. I don't know what that sentence means. Like
Really?
I really don't, and I don't know how I do it. And I said it to Leanne in Paris. We were having, and I said, "Do I make things about myself?"
You literally prefaced that by saying in Paris.
were in Paris
You just
already.
did it. You did it in the sentence.
He goes, "Yeah," and I said, "But doesn't everyone?" And she goes, "No." And I was like, "But wait, when do I do it?" She goes, "You're doing it right now."
Yeah.
She was like, "We're at dinner, and you're saying, do you make things about? You're making this about yourself?" And I was like, "Wait, but I'm so confused." I actually was gonna, because Joe said it to me before.
Yeah.
Everybody says it to you.
Joe said it to me before on a podcast. Ari said it to me the other day. So I was like, in my head, I was like, I wonder if they've talked about it behind my back. And I was like, I might ask my friends to tell me when I'm doing it. Because if it bothers people, I want to stop.
Oh, it bothers people, but it's but you really don't know what that means. Like what?
Something Tom said made Bert think
we
that
saw a little bit of
because
that, but
then
now-
after Too said made Bert think that because then after this, during an episode of Bertcast with Big J, in the beginning, Bert mentions how he interrupts too much, and Jay's like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. You're a comedian. So Bert gets all excited that somebody's finally defending him, and then he just starts going off on Tom and Ari.
And then I'll start the next one. And then I'll let you talk because I'm so bad at interrupting people.
You're fine. Can I tell you something also? Let's have a super fun podcast right now.
Yeah.
Every clip I'm watching
It
of
was 3 weeks ago.
you on podcast now is you having some heartbreaking to yourself epiphany that you're a comedian. What you're being accused of is what he goes, oh, you're listening to my story, but you're really, as soon as you hear a key word, you start thinking of your story. Like, yeah. But every podcast clip is you going like this, Bert. You're going, I do? I do.
You mean
The crazier thing is you didn't realize it before. You're like, yeah, you're taking these things like, I do they? Yes, 100% all of us do.
because I got a partner who doesn't fucking talk, and then he goes, "You're always interrupting me." Then talk.
I hear you, Bert. I hear you. I feel you, bud. I know what that's like, me guy.
Fuck up, you motherfucker.
Yeah, because
Like,
if that's one thing, I don't talk. Nobody talks enough around here.
Shut up! Stop interrupting me.
so tired. Can I tell you, Jay? Thank you so much.
Oh no! You shouldn't have given Jay.
No, that's
what's your
great.
problem?
But this is this happened before. This is why I hate relying on these fucking stupid channels like Too Lazy to Try and all these guys.
No, this is 3 weeks ago. This
What?
clip right here that we're watching is 3 weeks ago.
But that's what I'm saying
Oh,
is that
okay,
the Big
gotcha.
J shit kicked off before we got, because we had already covered
Right.
we played the Zach Amico song.
Yeah.
The whole internet's been gaslighting Bert because of Big J, because Big J was the first one to get him fired up, and everybody was like, "Oh, you see how fired up Bert is? Let's start gaslighting him." So now everybody's like, "Yeah, dude, fuck Tom and fuck all these guys, bro. You don't need any of them. Fuck Tony Hinchcliffe."
Does that affect you?
You're supposed to laugh. You're supposed to big laugh and have fun.
My therapist. Your problem is you people have therapists. You're comedians.
You know who doesn't have a therapist? Probably Big J.
And be the person you are. You're letting people bully you and they're trying to change your thing.
And
at
they're
your
my friends.
At your peak of fame.
And by the way, Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura. Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura. Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura. Those fucking, Ari fucked me up. Ari fucked me up where he goes, you make everything about yourself. And I was like, we're comics. We make everything about ourselves. You fucking asshole. Why would you stand on stage for an hour and speak and not listen to other people?
But I think what sorry, but no. I think what Tom is saying is you're right. If you're on stage and you're doing a set, of course you make it
But
about
if you're
yourself.
in Paris with your wife,
Right. Or if you're doing a show, a podcast, or talking to other people, you can't make it about yourself because other people have to get their stories in, you know?
You made it all about yourself. God damn it, Jay.
And I don't think Tom even complains that much about Bert. I mean, he obviously knows Bert interrupts too much and makes everything about himself, but it doesn't seem like he cares that much. So it's funny he started going off on Tom here because I think he's just upset he has even
Said that, Tom said that. And those are my three of my closer friends. And then I was like, and then Ari said to me, he goes, I'm just busting your balls. And I was like, well, yeah, but you're fucking with my head a little bit. Like, you're making me question how to talk to you.
And then Bert starts talking about how Ari also makes everything about himself by acting like a lunatic. And it's too bad Bert didn't say this right after Ari roasted him because I think most people would have been like, yeah, Bert's got a point. But instead, Bert was just too offended to even think of a comeback. And he's also just too nice to Ari. I mean, even before Bert makes fun of him here, he has to preface it by saying how much he likes him.
Look at the whole thing about like
If you have to
Ari
guess
lighting me up
that-
about not making everything about myself, as if Ari doesn't make everything about himself. In retrospect, I wanted to say to Ari, and I love Ari and I've been friends with him forever. I was like, so you shitting on a pizza box or whatever to promote your special, were you making that about yourself? Why didn't
Comics Getting Podcast was one of the worst things. Like, it's so bad. Because
you get to see too much of them.
Back in the day, they would come on O&A and they'd fight with each other and it'd be funny. But now it's like, everything's a struggle session. You're all comedians. Who gives a fuck? Cares? Nobody cares.
It's all therapy shit, dude. LA ruined it.
What, like, why? Where is the introspection?
Yeah, he made Skankfest about himself in that moment. It was
Yeah.
all like, it's like he pushed the boundary past maybe what we were even allowed to do this thing.
Or him getting Tony fined at Madison Square Garden $100,000 where he pulled his dick out.
Did he really?
Yeah, you didn't make that about yourself. Like, but my thing is, like, I don't see the world like that. I don't see the accuse you of like
He's
you make everything
enlightened.
about
He's different.
yourself. I just go, well, yeah, that's who I am. I'm a little bit that
I was
guy.
going to say, it's that. It's what you just said right there. It's like, well, that's Ari being Ari.
Yeah. He's Ari.
Like,
That's why I like him.
If you invite Ari, he might shit on something.
If you don't like me, then say that out loud.
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
I'll say it out loud. I don't like you. You kind of suck. Not funny.
Watch it and then call us right back.
All right, send it to me right now.
Okay.
This is him watching the Kraken Week show.
Oh, so glad you sent that to me.
First takes.
That guy really's done his research.
Talking about the Krakamiko song.
That's my point. He's a fan. He's a fan of all
He
of
knows
them.
more about me than my fucking wife. Holy shit! Yeah, that's he's very talented. I can't shit on his flow and everything. And he's like, "You've never had to struggle. You came from a rich father." I was like, "God damn it! I didn't know anyone do that."
That was really funny.
Self-aware, at least.
I didn't know that.
No, my dad wasn't rich, but it's like that. Obviously, I don't think Krakamiko probably knew his dad. It sounds
Guarantee you
like.
his dad was rich. His dad was a Scientology lawyer. There's no way his dad wasn't rich. Bert has a warped idea of what rich is.
He doesn't understand it. I mean,
Like,
he's probably comparing it to how rich he is now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like Rogan's kind of out of touch because he's been rich for so long. But Rogan at least kind of can probably remember what it's like to struggle. Bert's never struggled. He's like, oh, we weren't rich. Guarantee you were rich. Guarantee you if you could find what home he grew up in Clearwater, I bet you it was gorgeous.